New York, as if choreographed by the tennis gods, it is widely expected that the era of Serena Williams will segue seamlessly to the epoch of Coco Gauff. You can understand why that narrative has taken hold. Gauff, though still a teenager, has all the charisma, exceptional athleticism, and oodles of personality to fill the void Williams will leave behind when and if, in fact, the greatest of all time takes her magisterial leave of the court. Which, frankly, am not so convinced is as imminent as advertised by Serena herself. The near 41-year-old got her second career win at the US Open last week and, with a coy comment here and a sly wink there, may actually be reconsidering retirement. Unless she gets preggers again, of course, her stated goal no. Williams, it goes without saying, though it's been said for miles and miles in recent days, transformed and transcended the sport, redefined its essence for women, rendering it muscular and come on. Exclamatory, reamed it further open, with Sister Venus, for women of color, ripped off its dainty white veneer. Gauff has certainly paid tribute to Williams over and over again, the inspiration of her, the paragon dimensions of her, the groundbreaking legacy of her. Sometimes being a woman, a black woman in the world, you kind of settle for less, Gauff told reporters at her pre-tournament press conference. I feel like Serena's taught me that, from watching her. She never settled for less. I can't remember a moment in her career or life that she settled for less. Well, actually she did, though it was less about settling for less and more about the lesser hard currency rewards Williams attracted even during the height of her dominance, years when she earned less in endorsements than longtime rival Maria Sharapova, except on the courts, where Williams had a preposterous 20-2 advantage head-to-head. Sharapova was tall and blonde and white and beautiful, with 5 major titles versus, 23. But maybe that vision lens has been cracked. The top-earning female athlete on the planet at this moment is Haitian-Japanese Naomi Osaka, an opening round casualty in Queens. Gauff already has millions in endorsements and her own signature shoe, the Coco CG1, from New Balance. And she hasn't won a single slam yet, though she was runner-up at Roland Garros in June, which really cranked up the heralding. Doubtless she will hoist majors trophies, perhaps even here at Flushing Meadows next weekend, where she has never before advanced farther than the 4th round. Toward that end, Gauff took another giant stride on Sunday, repelling a rather resolute opponent in Chinese veteran Shuai Zheng in an Arthur Ashe Stadium showcase between the youngest and oldest women left in the tournament. Zheng is 33 and ranked 36th in the world. Gauff is 18 and seeded 12th here. Zheng was dispatched in 2 sets, a nervy 2 sets from the 7-5, 7-5 loser, but those nerves went all screwy after she broke Gauff to go ahead 5-3 in the second set. She lost the next 4 games, getting broken twice, with Gauff serving out for the win when Zheng netted at match point. It was high-quality tennis, however, and you've got to admire Zheng, maintaining her focus in front of a crowd loving its American favorite, the girl of the moment. Keep in mind that Zheng proved her doggedness as a young gun on the tour as well, going winless at her first 14 slam appearances. Zheng, who ousted Canadian Rebecca Marino in the previous round, was hoping to make it through to the round of 16 at the US Open for the first time, which would have required a major upset, and that didn't happen. Gauff, with her sprinter legs, remarkable reflexes and fail-safe backhand, scrambled out of trouble when it arose, at least on the crucial points, under a roof that was open to start the encounter and closed at the start of the second set, with rain threatening, turning the venue into a sauna. The humidity apparently agreed with Gauff. "I'm from Florida, so the hotter the better," she said in her on-court interview afterward. She was scheduled for practice after the match because the girl just never lets up, but in this instance thought she might settle for a run. For those with eyes, she has been spotted over the last week jogging at a fast clip around the public areas of the tennis complex, earbuds clamped on, listening to music. They chanted her name, Coco. Coco. During the match, when the crowd figured she might need a supportive boost, and that amazed her. Ashe Stadium, chanting my name. She was trying to keep the smile off her face at the turnover, because she wasn't supposed to be noticing stuff like that, or at least not reacting to it. America yearns deeply for someone to step into Serena's illustrious footsteps, and a charming young black woman of boundless talent seems tailor-made for it. Part of a new generation that has benefited from the legacy of the Williams sisters, Venus apparently is still in no rush to pull the chute, totally comfortable in the social media environment that still chills some older players. In one specific encomium directed at Serena, though, there was a flat-out exaggeration. Maybe because she's the practicing Jehovah's Witness, maybe because it just wasn't in her nature. Not everybody needs or wants to harness their prestige for that kind of crusade. Serena's 14-year boycott of Indian Wells, where she and her family had been booed and, according to Father Richard Williams, the target of racist taunts, was the most overtly meaningful black forward act Serena has ever taken. She also repeatedly points out that she's married to a white man, with a biracial daughter. But in this context, Gauff has already leapt over Serena, speaking publicly at a rally for Black Lives Matter in her hometown of Delray, Fla, and frequently expressing her thoughts on racial inequities. It's amazing that she has such self-assurance and an oldie's wisdom at just 18. Serena said the other night, waving farewell to an adoring audience. To which Gauff can counter, sincerely and sublimely so, Coco Rosie Di Mano is a Toronto-based columnist covering sports and current affairs for The Star.